Second graders, today in reading, we are going to continue talking about making an inference. And it's written right here in red. That's a word we need to know as second graders. And remember, when we make an inference, we are reading something very carefully. We're paying attention to all the details, which we can also call clues later on. And we're using what we already know to help us understand the story. What you already know is called your prior knowledge. And lots of times you're using that without even knowing. You're making connections. So, this very short story I'm going to read, I'm going to ask you to visualize it because there are no pictures. So, you need to visualize what is going on and think about this as maybe like a little movie in your head. Here we go. Sandy's favorite thing to do at the park is play on the monkey bars. When she gets to the top, she hangs from her knees and hoots like a monkey. Sandy also likes the little playhouse in her backyard. She likes to sit on top of it and imagine that she is a pilot. So, as you listened to that story, or maybe you read along with me, did you visualize what Sandy might look like or how old she might be? Did you visualize her in these two different settings that they talked about in the story? Remember, the setting is where the story is taking place and when. We're going to use what the story says, so words that are in this text and what we already know, that prior knowledge, to pick the best answer for each question. The first question says, what is one thing that Sandy likes to do? Now, Sandy might like to do a lot of things, but when we're using the text, what the story says, and using the details, those clues, and what we know, what is the best answer from these choices? Does she like to climb, eat, or draw? Can everyone say what they think the answer is? And then we're going to go back and look for evidence in the text. Let's see if you said the right answer. I hope you said she likes to climb, because at the top, here is my evidence. It supports my answer. It proves that I'm right. It shows the connections that I made or the details that I saw. I saw monkey bars, and I know you have to climb monkey bars. And the words gets to the top. If you have to get to the top of those monkey bars, you have to climb. It even said her favorite thing to do. So that tells me that she does like to climb on things. Let's go to the next question. What is another thing that Sandy likes to do? Now remember, our author isn't going to say Sandy likes to and then maybe give us a list. The clues are hidden in the text, and we have to decide what is something else she likes to do. Does she like to color, pretend, or turn flips? Did you get your answer ready? Remember, you have to think about what would you come up into this text and underline or highlight to be your evidence, to prove you're right, to show those details that support your answer. Let's see if you got it right. I hope you said she likes to pretend, because when I read this, I saw and read and heard hoots like a monkey. Okay, she's a little girl. She's pretending to be a monkey. I heard words like imagine, and she is a pilot. So a pilot is someone that flies a plane, and when she's sitting on top of that playhouse, she's pretending to be on top or on it in an airplane flying in the sky. So those are words that were my clues, my details that made me pick pretend. You cannot say, oh, I already knew that, or I could just read it in the story. You have to come up and find words or phrases, a few words that help support your answer. Now, maybe you have a connection with Sandy. You like to go on the bars, or you like to play and imagine that you're different types of having jobs. But we need to what we call read between the lines, find these clues, find these details, use things we already know, and then we're going to understand what we read so much better. So work on that when you're reading today. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening.